Yeah. Australia, you're up next. Meat pies. Who's pumped for this? My twist and take on your Aussie pies. Let me show you how easy it is to make Aussie pies. Don't blink. Let's first start off like this, our filling. So I got 1 tablespoon of olive oil, half a cup of chopped onions, 1 tablespoon of garlic. Once I got that nice and sauteed, 2 pounds of ground beef, half a tablespoon of salt, half tablespoon of pepper. Mix that in. Once I got my meat to brown, I'm gonna drain some of this fat out of this ground beef here. Got that nice and drained. Put it back in. Go in with half a cup of beef stock, low sodium, 1 tablespoon of Worcester sauce, 3 tablespoons of ketchup or tomato sauce. Slightly simmering, throw in 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And this is gonna help it thicken up. Once it thickens up nicely, I'm gonna take my spoon, I'm gonna taste it. If it needs more seasoning, go in on it, guys. Once you got it nice and seasoned to your liking, I'm just gonna let this sit to the side and just let this cool down. Next, short crust pastry and puff pastry. Let me show you how to make it. So 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt. Give this a mix. 1 cup of cold butter. I'm just gonna grate it in. Once you got that grated in, I'm just gonna take my beautiful clean hand and work this flour into this butter here. Once you got this nice and crumbly like this, I'm gonna slowly add in half a cup of ice cold water. Slowly, guys. All we're looking for, come on, we all know this, when we're making pastry, is a nice soft dough. Always look for a nice soft dough when you're making pastry. Some people are like, hey Quang, you can't bake a cake, but you can make bread and pastry. How's that so? Guys, for bread and pastries, I go by feel. For cakes, I actually don't even know what to feel when I'm making a cake. A liquidy sauce, I don't know. I'm feeling this while I'm working this in. Always look for a nice soft dough when you're making pastry. Once you got this nice and rolled out into a nice soft dough, all I'm gonna do, first time in history, you see me karate chop this in a bowl. Watch carefully, guys. Karate chop this. Another successful chop. For 1/2, we're gonna use this for puff pastry. The other half, short crust pastry. As our dough rests in the fridge for 30 minutes, I got half a cup of butter here. So what we're gonna turn this into is a butter patty. Yes, you guys heard it right, a butter patty. The reason why we're making a butter patty is because we need this for our puff pastry. So I'm just gonna add in 2 tablespoons of flour to half a cup of butter. And I'm gonna form this into a butter patty. A nice pliable butter patty. You guys enjoy eating pastry? Well, you guys like eating butter patties. It just flows out your tongue like nothing. Butter patty. You gotta love butter patty. All right, once I turn this into a nice butter patty, we're gonna throw this in the fridge for 30 minutes too. Dough has been resting for about 30 minutes now, so I'm just gonna take half of the dough here, throw a little flour on the counter, flatten this out. I'm gonna roll this out. All right, remember that butter patty? I'm gonna place it right in the middle there. What I'm gonna do, try to spread this all out. Then I'm gonna fold this, roll this out. Fold it again, roll this out. So all we're doing is making butter layers. I know some pastry chefs are just watching this and just cringing right now. I know. I don't have the patience just to fold it nicely. I know, I'm sorry guys. I wanna apologize for that. I'm gonna just do this for about 10 times. Once you roll and fold this out 10 times, I'm gonna put it in my bag again. I'm gonna throw it in the fridge for 30 more minutes. As we wait for our puff pastries to set, I got the short crust pastry here, which I'm just gonna roll out and cut out. Roll this as thin as possible, or almost as thin as possible. Flour this counter again so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna take my bowl. I'm gonna take this size bowl here. And I'm gonna take my paring knife. I'm gonna cut around this bowl here, just to make a pie crust filling here. I think that's perfect right there. Take your dough, form it along the pie crust here. Or the pie, was it called pie crust? The tinfoil pie crust. Next, take my puff pastry right here. Just gonna flour this. Gonna roll this out to 1/2 centimeter thick. Take our bowl again. Cut our rounds. My oven's preheating at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. All I'm gonna do, take my meat filling. It has completely cooled down. I'm just gonna throw a serving in each. Next, I'm gonna take my puff pastry. I'm just gonna throw it on top of this. I'm gonna take my thumb. I'm gonna press in this dough. So there is a piece of dough there where it will stick together. Like this part here, if you guys see this. You see that flap there? All I'm doing is taking my puff pastry and sealing it in with the other dough. So once I got that nice and sealed, I'm gonna seal it again with my fork. And it gives it a nice, neat design. Just like that. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Once you guys got it nice and pressed out, I'm gonna throw an egg wash on them. Lastly, just some air pocket hose in the middle. So we let them breathe when baked. Into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes. 25 minutes up. Time to pull these out. Ow, ow, ow. What do you guys think about my take on your guys' Aussie pies? I should put more egg on it. I think that's where I goofed it. Because I want a little more brown here, just like this color. But you know what? Next time I'll put more egg on it. But anyways, my take on Australian or Aussie pies. When are you guys coming by? Fresh out of the oven. I know I should wait for this to cool down, but I'm hungry. So shout out to Australia, shout out to New Zealand for your meat pies. Let me ask you guys, how did I do? All right. I don't know which one to get. Let's do this one. No. I don't know why. I want to do this one. Because look at the puff pastry right there, guys. Check that out. Look at the flakes, if you guys see the flakes. Who says Quang can't bake? Come on now. I'll be eyeballing everything. All right. I know traditionally, Aussies love their tomato sauce on their meat pie. So I'm just gonna do a dollop of that right in the middle. You'd be like, Quang, that is weird, Quang. Don't tell me that. Tell the Aussies that. All right, I'll take that out. Look at that crust. I should have left it in a little longer just because I wanted just to brown this, but next time I will leave it on a little longer. The pastry crust on top just looks amazing. I'll take the first bite of this. Quick time, it's hot. Yeah, it's got it. Nice. I'm super pumped for this. You know what, I should just crack it open first for you guys to see. And it'll help with the cooling. Oh, guys. Guys. Check that out. Alright. It's nicely cooled. Let's dig into this. I'm pumped. The puff pastry is amazing. I wish it was crunchier, but it's still flaky and delicious. That is buttery goodness right there. This is what's up. Ah. I say you gotta eat it fresh. Even when it's hot. In life, you just gotta go for it. Life will figure it out later. Oh! That's bombs. I want to show you this crust here. Look how flaky and layering and buttery this crust is. Who says Quang can't bake? Who? I go by feel. You gotta love the butter patty. That's bombs. A little more ketchup. Or, tomato sauce. Just look at that. You guys see that? Just look at the crust though. Don't look at the inside, look at the crust. I admire the crust. I'm in love with the crust. I think I'm gonna try next time, just throw it in a little hotter. Or raise my temperature. And maybe leave it in for a little longer. Overall, such a delicious Aussie New Zealand meat pie. But let me ask you, what's the difference between New Zealand meat pie and Australian? This, my friend, is some buttery goodness. That's bombs. I think the reason why it's not really crunchy, well, it is crunchy, it's because it has not fully cooled down yet. But who has the time to let this cool down? You gotta eat this fresh. What do you guys think? Tomato sauce? I'm just so in love. Look at that. Second bite of this. Quick time. It's got it. Nice. I'm just so in love. I think next time I'm gonna do oxtail in this. Yep. I'm gonna do oxtail in this. It's so good. That tomato sauce though. That tomato sauce legit kicks it up a notch. This is love, my friend. Katie, did you just burp? What a brat. I'll give her a piece of this crust later. Like I said, it's perfect. The only thing I'll change in this, I'll heat it up with a little more egg, just because some parts of this is not as brown. And leave it in a little longer. Look at that. I can't stop showing you guys this. Not bad for eyeballing everything. Should I eat this? Nah, I'll eat it off camera.
Sous Chef Kitty. Yeah, check out this crust, Kitty. It's so buttery and good. What you think? Really good? Are you sure, Kitty? Are you sure, Kitty? Are you lying to me? Are you lying to me? No? You really enjoy it, Kitty? You little brat.
Food and life is such a beautiful thing, don't you think? Hope you guys enjoy this one. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Also, don't forget to pick up on your pop shirts or Food and Life's a Beautiful Thing shirt. Like to share this.
Say bye, you brat. Ah, you're such a brat.
Peace out.